How's it going, guys and gals? Welcome back to a brand new video. This week I have a double upload for you. Worked hard. I got finals coming up, but once I'm done, no excuses. Weeklies every week like usual. But I got a double because I missed last week and I missed this week. I also have an announcement video coming out later, so keep posted. But for now, enjoy. Hope you enjoy. I got some disturbing stories for you guys today. You can go to sleep to them. Whatever you choose to do, it's up to you. But I really hope you enjoy because these ones are pretty good. So sit tight, get some food, snuggle up in your blankets because we got some good ones, some disturbing ones. You know, it's time. Love you guys. The disappearance of the Beaumont children. On January 26, 1966, three siblings, Jane, 9 years old, Arna, 7 years old, and Grant Beaumont, 4 years old, vanished without a trace from Glenegg Beach, near Adelaide, South Australia. What began as a routine summer outing turned into one of the most haunting and baffling missing person cases in Australia's history. Despite decades of investigation, no trace of the children have ever been found, and the case remains one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in the world. The Beaumont family lived in Somerton Park, a quiet suburb of Adelaide. The three children were familiar with Glenegg Beach, a popular tourist area just a 5-minute bus ride from their home. That morning, the kids set off for the beach, alone, a common practice at the time. They had done this before and were expected to return by 2 p.m. When the children failed to come home, their mother, Nancy Beaumont, grew concerned. By 7:30 p.m., their father, Jim Beaumont, had returned from work, and the police were called. What started as a simple search for missing kids escalated into one of the largest police investigations in Australian history. Several witnesses claimed to have seen the children at the beach that afternoon. They were reportedly in the company of an unknown man described as tall, blonde, athletic, and in his mid-30s. Witnesses said the children appeared comfortable with him, leading police to believe they may have met him before. Adding to the mystery, a local shopkeeper remembered Jane Beaumont purchasing snacks with a £1 note. Her mother insisted she would not have given her that amount of money, suggesting that man had provided it. After this sighting, the children were never seen again. The investigation. Authorities launched a massive search, scouring beaches, drains, bushlands, and even cemeteries, but no evidence surfaced. Over the years, multiple theories emerged about what might have happened. The stranger abduction theory. Given the witness report, it is widely believed that the children were lured away by the unknown man. Some theories suggest he may have been a serial predator. Harry Phipps, a wealthy Adelaide businessman. Phipps became a suspect when his son claimed to have seen the children at his house that day. However, multiple searches of his property found no evidence. Bevan Spencer von Inman, a convicted murderer linked to the infamous family murders in Adelaide. While he was suspected of other child abductions, there was no direct evidence tying him to the Beaumont case. Derek Percy, another known child killer, but his known crimes were outside of Adelaide, and he was only a teenager in 1966. Human trafficking or organized crime. Some people believe the children were kidnapped and sold into an underground network, though no credible evidence supports this. The disappearance of the Beaumont children shattered the innocence of Australian society. Parents became more productive. The disappearance of the Beaumont children shattered the innocence of Australian society. Parents became more protective, and laws surrounding child safety changed significantly. The case is still periodically reopened when new leads emerge, but no breakthroughs has ever come through. Even today, the Beaumont mystery remains open, a chilling reminder of how a seemingly ordinary day can turn into an unimaginable tragedy. Hey guys, I just want to bump in and say I hope you're enjoying the new uploads. I know it's been a while since I've made videos, and I have a lot of big projects in the work. I'm just going to be blunt and say that I'm a very busy person, but I promise that when I bring content, I promise to make it very enjoyable and good. If you're sleeping right now, I hope you are, because it's an honor to sleep to my YouTube videos if you're doing that. For me, I love to go to sleep to nice long YouTube videos depending on whatever topic it is. I'm going to branch out sooner or later, and I have a lot of big projects in the works, but I can't speak on them for now. But I wanted to jump in and say this is a very important announcement, and I'll make an announcement video as well just so I can get the message across. Later this week, actually as I'm recording, tomorrow, I'm going to be having surgery. I want to promote my Discord server, which I soft launched earlier this week and last week. It's in my YouTube channel description and in my community posts, but I'll also start putting it in my description from now on. If you want to check out our Discord, which I'll also announce in our announcement video, please do me a favor and check it out. In there, you can add cases, you can help me make videos, you can add suggestions, you can talk. It's just a place to do what you want. You can show off your pets, whatever you want. I don't know. It's just a Discord server, you know? So we have a lot of fun there. We're gonna have a lot of events there eventually, you know? So yeah, hop in there, check it out. Also, before I leave, I just want to say one more thing. Again, I'm having surgery, so all these videos that are coming out the next few weeks are pre-recorded and pre-made. But I will be back by next week as I'm recording this, so that backlog will just continue growing. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And I guess before anything else, I'll just say this. If you want to support this channel, please join our memberships or just subscribe and comment. That would really help me with the algorithm heavily. Also, like, please. Thank you. Goodbye. In the serene Vosges region of France, excuse my pronunciation, the tragic death of Gregory Villian, a 4-year-old boy in 1984, has become one of the nation's most haunting unsolved mysteries. The case, marked by anonymous threats, deep family rifts, and intense media scrutiny, continues to captivate and perplex. From September of 1981 to October 1984, Gregory's parents, Jean-Marie and Christine Villian, received numerous anonymous letters and phone calls from an individual threatening revenge against Jean-Marie for an unspecified reason. Also, it's Jean-Marie. This mysterious figure, referred to as Le Corbeau, aka the Crow, displayed an intimate knowledge of the Villian family. To stop any confusion, I think I'll continue saying the Crow. On October 16th of 1984, at approximately 5 p.m., Christine Villian reported her son missing. After noticing he was no longer playing in the front yard in La Pange-sur-Vallon, shortly thereafter, Gregory's uncle, Michael Villian, received an anonymous call saying that the boy had been kidnapped and thrown into the Vallon River. At 9 p.m., Gregory's lifeless body was discovered in the river with his hands and feet bound and a woolen hat covering his face. This investigation quickly focused on the extended Villian family. Bernard Larouche, a cousin of Jean-Marie, was arrested on November 5th of 1984 based on handwriting analysis and the testimony of his sister-in-law, Mary Boll. Boll later retracted her statement claiming police coercion, leading to Larouche's release in February 1985. Believing Larouche was responsible for his son's death, Jean-Marie Villian fatally shot him on March 29th of 1985. Jean-Marie was subsequently convicted of murder and sentenced to 5 years in prison, serving 2.5 years before his release in December of 1987. In July of 1985, Christine Villian was accused of Gregory's murder, but was cleared of all charges in February of 1993 due to insufficient evidence and lack of motive. Despite multiple investigations and advancements in forensic science, the identity of Gregory's murderer remains unknown. The case has been reopened several times, with DNA testing in 2000, 2008, and 2013 yielding inconclusive results. In June of 2017, new arrests were made based on fresh evidence, but no charges were filed. The murder of Gregory Villian has left an undeniable mark on French society, highlighting the complexity of familial relationships and challenges within the judicial system. The case has been the subject of documentaries, dramatizations, and reflecting its enduring grip on the public conscious. There are so many tragic cases I've noticed in France, and this one really disturbs me the most. Between 1984 and 2005, a series of mysterious disappearances and murders involving young women occurred along a 200-kilometer stretch of the A6 motorway in eastern France. The area, encompassing cities like Mâcon, Chalon-sur-Saône, and Montreuil-les-Minimes, excuse my pronunciations, but I did butcher those and I don't care to fix them right now, became ominously known as the Triangle of Fear. The unsettling pattern of these crimes has led to widespread speculation about the presence of one or more serial offenders operating in the region. Here are the known victims, all female, aged between 13 and 22. vanished under sudden and unexplained circumstances. Francois Breu and Marie-Agnes Cordenu in 1984, both 22, these cousins disappeared while hitchhiking from Macomb to Aix-les-Bains. Their bodies were never found. Excuse my pronunciations once again. They will continue to be bad. Sylvie Albert, 1986, a 22-year-old cashier from Chalon-sur-Saône. Sylvie vanished after leaving work. Her decomposed body was discovered months later in the Dehun River, naked and with wrists bound by wire, indicating strangulation. At 16, Christelle was found brutally stabbed 33 times near her home in La Crosse. 16. The next here is Christy Millari, 1986. At 16, Christy was found brutally stabbed 33 times in her home near Christy Millari, 1986. At 16, Christelle was found brutally stabbed 33 times near her home in La Crestode. Marthe Brusson in 1987 was a 16-year-old. Mart's body was found along the A6 emergency lane. Witness reports seeing her ejected from a large white car, resulting in fatal head injuries. Nathalie Marie, 1987, was an 18-year-old who had testified regarding Mart's case. Nathalie was later found murdered at her workplace, beaten and strangled. Carol Solexis, 1990, 13-year-old Carol was partially burned and discovered in a forest near Montecolis mines. She had been intoxicated and subjected to violence before her death. Christelle Belletri of 1996, a 20-year-old whose body was found in a ditch having suffered 123 stab wounds. Virginia Blazet of 1997, at 21, Virginia disappeared and her body and gagged body was found later in the Saône River. I messed that up, I'm sorry. Vanessa Thelian of 1999, a 17-year-old. Vanessa's body was found near the Saône River showing signs of a violent assault. Anne-Sophie Guerilla in 2005, a 20-year-old medical student. Annie-Sophia vanished after a dance event. Her body was later found in the Saône River once again, with evidence of sexual assault and strangulation. Isn't that tragic? Every single human being here had a life and they were all taken away too soon. Over the years, several cases have seen progress. Christelle Morelli from 1986, Jean-Pierre Moreau was convicted in 2015 for a murder, receiving a 20-year prison sentence. Christelle Belletri in 1996. In 2017, Pascal Zardine was sentenced to 20 years in prison for her rape and murder. Anne-Sophie Guerilla, 2005, Jackie Martin was convicted in 2016 and sentenced to life imprisonment for her assassination. Despite these convictions, many of the cases remain unsolved, fueling ongoing concerns about potential serial offenses in the region. So, as of 2022, the French judicial system revisited these cases, assigning them to be specialized units for unsolved crimes in Nathalie. This move reflects a renowned commitment to uncovering the truth behind these tragic events. The A6 disappearances highlight the profound challenges law enforcement face when dealing with potential serial crimes. While some families have found justice, others continue to seek answers, underscoring the enduring impact of these resolved cases on the community. What a tragic day. In the quiet town of Lindsley, Bedfordshire, England, the brutal murder of Carol Morgan in 1981 sent shockwaves through the community. Despite decades passing, the case remains partially unresolved, the identity of her killer is still unknown. On August 13th, 1981, a 36-year-old Carol Morgan was found bludgeoned to death in the storeroom of the grocery shop she co-owned with her husband, Alan Morgan. The attack was described as frenzied, involving a heavy, sharp object, leading investigators to initially suspect a robbery gone wrong. At the time, Alan had an alibi. He was at the cinema with Carol's two children, which seemingly distanced him from all suspicion. The case went cold for decades due to insufficient evidence. However, in 2018, a cold case team re-examined the murder, uncovering new testimonies that pointed toward Alan's involvement. A key witness, Jane Bunting, revealed that around the time of the killing, Alan had asked her if she knew anyone he could hire to kill his wife. This testimony, along with evidence of Alan's extramarital affair and potential financial gain from Carol's death, led to this arrest. In July of 2024, Alan Morgan, then 74, is convicted of conspiracy to murder and sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum of 22 years. The court heard that Alan stood to benefit both personally and financially from Carol's death, as he was having an affair and gained from her life insurance. Despite his conviction, the actual perpetrator carried out the killing remains identified. The identity of the individual who physically murdered Carol Morgan is still unknown. Bedfordshire police have relaunched appeals for information, urging anyone with knowledge about the killer to come forward. The case continues to be a subject of public interest, with documentaries like ITV's The Real Unforgotten shedding light on the investigation during the mystery surrounding Carol's death. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I just want to leave this announcement. I don't tend to do this in recent videos, but I have to make this very clear. In the next few weeks, I will be uploading more and more videos that I have pre-made. I'm pre-recording a lot of stuff right now. However, I want to make it clear that starting tomorrow, I will have surgery. I think it's important to communicate with my audience. I also guess I'll say this. I have an announcement video coming soon related to my Discord server, which I'll leave a link in the description below. I'd really commend you to check that out because it's really chill and cool over there. I guess, other than that, I will leave you to it and tell you to subscribe. However, I want to say, if you didn't like this video, please dislike the video and comment why you didn't like it. I'd really appreciate it because I want to do better for you. Also, once the backlog is done, expect more diverse type of content. I'm not talking just simply disturbing cases. I'm talking more interesting things. For example, I want to explore video games and do more Wendigoon type of cryptid content. But I also want to explore source games because I've been really into them lately. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. Big things on the way as always, and be good people. I love you all. Make sure to subscribe or join my membership because that would help me greatly.